That's for the thumbnail. Vola Guitars have sent out this, the JZ FRO, or the JZ FRO, which is a great name for a guitar. Let's unbox it and find out if it's any good. Now, this needs to come well packed because you can only buy Vola guitars now from Vola online. You can't get them anywhere else. They've gone direct. And I can tell you that it is packed very well. In a lovely case. Whoa. My goodness. Anything else? No. We'll gently place that down there. When I say case, I mean gig bag that's padded like that. It's got a rough bottom, so you can make sure it doesn't slip over anywhere. It's got a handle just here. It's got backpack straps and padding. And it's got a front pocket and a top pocket. And if I give it a little squeeze, that is extremely well padded. So I'm expecting no surprises from shipping in here. Right, let's experience this at the same time, shall we? Open she comes. It's in a white little bag. Rubber bandy. 1, 2, and turn around that way. Headstock reveal. Flamed maple, look at that. Whoa. All right, let's just put the case down for a moment. Oh, I hate this noise. It's white. Ooh, protection. So JZ is very Jazzmaster-ish. It's an offset, it is, and it's smaller than a Jazzmaster. Ever so slight, well, no, considerably smaller. Jazzmasters hug the body really well. Does this? Yes. The neck is somewhere between a D, it's in tune, and a C. It's not as fat as I was expecting. So I did another Vola review recently, or fairly recently, it feels recent, and that had a big old chunky neck on it, and I love that guitar. It's in tune. That's how well packed it is. First impressions. Well, the first impression is that it's smaller than a Jazzmaster. It's more sleek. We've got a reverse headstock as well. That flamed maple neck is absolutely gorgeous. And it is roasted, of course. And then the paint looks pretty flawless so far. But it's squeaky because it's new. Locking tune. There's a lot of guitar there. Now, in the specs, it says this is a modern C, but it feels a little bit flatter with a bit more shoulder than the modern Cs that I'm used to. And I don't like modern C necks, so that pleases me that there's a bit more to it than just the standard, universal, everything fits nobody neck. There's got some character there, some actual girth, without being too big for someone with small hands. So that is more of a universal, could fit everybody neck. Also on that neck, which is a one-piece neck and fretboard, so there's nothing glued on here. These are 22 stainless steel frets, and they are shiny. We've also got 𝗬𝗦𝗨 glow-in-the-dark dots on the top here, so you can see yourself when it's not so bright on stage. And these are Goto locking tuners. And we've got a rather unusual combination of P90 single coil P90. And then that's one volume, one tone, and what Vola are calling a direct switch. I thought that was going to be a 5-way then. It isn't. What the heck is... How are you going to... Can you combine these pickups? That's a push-pull. All right, I'm going to have to investigate that in a moment. This is an older body, by the way, and it is bolted on with 4 bolts, no neck plate. We do have a plate on the back for the trem system. And the trem system is also made by Goto. And that is a push-in bar. Let's get that out of the case. What other goodies have we got? Might find some sweets, you never know. Nothing in there, that's empty. And then... Okay, so we have the Vola, which stands for Voice of Life and Arts catalogue, with some rather sexy guitar pictures inside. So you've got other Vola models. And... let's see what we can find in here. Look, there's the Vasti KJM, sorry. That's the one I reviewed previously. Still a great guitar. I still use that regularly. And in here is the certificate of authenticity and whammy bar. And some registration stuff. Vola tend to do things with QR codes, and the headstock even has a QR code on the back, just there. But let's put that in like so. Is that going to pop in without me needing to adjust anything? Or does it screw in as well? Oh, there's a little screw. Once you've screwed it in, though. Right, we're in. Good. That's not bad, considering that it's been made in Japan, sent all the way over here to Austria in what is the freezing cold, and it's in tune still. Right, I am going to clear up this case and box, then we're going to plug it in and have a listen to the Fender Deluxe Reverb. Well, that was easy to tune because it was already pretty much in tune. And these are D'Addario strings in there, and everything feels fantastic. It's a smooth satin neck, which kind of feels oiled. There's no sprouting fret ends or anything. That's good because they're stainless steel. We, of course, have a Graphtec nut up there. Whoops, I popped one of those strings out when I was tuning it. And we've got a really cool sort of roller string tree up there. Is it roller or just... It's not. It's just a good quality string tree, not one of those ones with sharp edges that Fender tend to put on. Okay, I'm going to tune it again, and then we're going to hear it. Okay, straight back in tune, and the intonation on this is pretty much spot on, bearing in mind again that this is straight out of the box. That's one of the best setup guitars I've ever played straight out of the box. Well done, Vola. Right, let's hear you. Really delicate. I love the trem setup. There's a note you can just sort of just touch it and it does what it should. It is decked, so I can't go up. It's just well, not decked, but it can't go up. It can only go down. However, that's lovely for little flutters. It's really clear. Like, let's just do something again with all three settings. So neck first, bridge, then middle. Volume and tone are wide open. This switch is not engaged, and neck pickup first. Oh, I've put it out of tune. I'm glad it went out of tune because I thought there was some kind of voodoo magic going on. But it's just a regular guitar. Phew. I'm having to be very gentle with my left hand because I have big shovelly hands and I do tend to fret quite hard. These strings seem to be 9-42s. It's very, very sensitive to how I'm fretting, which is difficult for me because I'm a big club fist sometimes. Most of the time, all the time, except for the times where I'm noticing that I'm putting the guitar out of tune. So that's me. If you can hear any tuning discrepancies, it's me, not the guitar. By the way, that wasn't just the Fender Deluxe Reverb, that was the Blue Note Select from J-Rocket. I'm also going to use the Soldano Super Lead Overdrive Plus and the Big Muff Op Amp Fuzz. There was some Noble's Delay just in there. Just giving a bit of ambiance. And the reverb is coming from the Fender Deluxe Reverb. It's beautiful, but I want to know what these switches do. I would be happy with just those 3 sounds, but let's press this and see what happens. It's a direct switch, so I can adjust this volume, I think. And it just goes direct from the pickups to, or from the switch maybe, to the output. What happens if I push that in and then change the pickup setting? That needs a bit of work. Okay, so the direct switch is exactly that. Whatever you've got on these 2 knobs are going to be unaffected when you press that in. That's cool. I don't know if would I have a use for that? Yeah, you could have. It's like having a pedal, I guess. It's like having a loud section or a driven section, and then you can back off and have. It's a preset, isn't it? It's a preset in a guitar. So let's say I back off both the volume and tone to about 7, and then we have a little play. Cool. Guitars with presets. And then if we pull this out, it engages that single coil. But does that disengage the P90s? No. That's now adding that single coil to whatever setting I've got on here. So that would be bridge P90 and this single coil. It's a very interesting combination. I kind of like to turn the P90s off. If I could just get that middle setting. What if I, hang on, pull that out and do the direct? That must just do everything. It's just direct, I think. Yeah. All right. I think it's a beautiful feeling and sounding guitar so far. Let's rock it up a bit. Let's add the hot switch in and give it a bit more gain. Did I just knock it out of tune? No! I forgot that I had the direct switch in. Whoops. Time for fuzz. Yes, it works well with fuzz. What was that? That was neck and middle pickup. I'm getting a bit lost. I really dig these P90s. I wish I could hear that single coil on its own. I have knocked it out of tune. Getting a bit of more rock and roll through the Victory Sheriff 25 now. Let's go onto the hot rod and give it some bridge pickup. Everything out, yeah. So just the bridge P90. Whoa! There is quite a lot of squealing coming back from these P90s. This is going to be ridiculous now. This feels like it belongs to be clean or slightly overdriven, not full on, because these pickups are a bit microphonic in a vintage way that you can use to your advantage. But if you're going to slap a load of gain on it, you might not get desirable results. Again, I wish I could just use that single coil. And that, there we go. Just realised I haven't shown you completely clean. So neck, bridge, middle position, no single. Oh, bringing a single with that, sorry. There's a lot of tonal differences available. It's a delicate guitar. Usually in my videos I'm slamming things and putting through lots of distortion. I feel like I want to treat this with absolute respect and just sort of just play it a little bit rather than absolutely hammering on it. But I'm still going to put it through the Soldano pedal. That one. There's clarity in here, but it still wants to be treated nicely. It doesn't feed back nicely, so if you want to like make it ring out and get some, it isn't going to do that for me today with this setup. It really does want to be played gently. I'm really surprised. But as it's saying on offset, we should like whack up the reverb and do some sort of surfy, riffy things. So this is everything wide open, and then I'm going to back off the tone a little bit because I think it's quite a bright guitar. The bar's a little bit short for me. In fact, generally speaking, the guitar is smaller than I expect it to be. So I'm reaching for things, and the body's not as big as I'm expecting because it feels like a Jazzmaster with slimmer, like a Jazzmaster's gone on a diet. As for the reversed headstock, it's not just about aesthetics. In fact, it's probably not about aesthetics. It's about having a longer low E string. Maybe we should do some drop tuning? Let's find out. Judging by what I've heard so far with the sort of more gainy sounds, I'm not sure if this is going to go well, but it could also go really well. But I need to swap out a pedal. Okay, I've swapped out the Blue Note Select for the 𝗬𝗓, which is a distortion pedal from Walrus Audio, and engage. I was wrong. I think that sounds amazing. Whoops. I think that sounds amazing. And then really weird when you put the single coil in as well. Weird in a good way. Like I couldn't predict what was going to happen, and I liked it. Okay, as for sounds of this guitar, it is surprising. It does beautifully on cleans. I don't think it's a real sort of classic rock guitar, but it's also darned good at distortion. All right. Let's have a little look at the guitar close up and take a look inside, see how the paint job works. Right. Wow, that's a clean little pocket. Look at that. What an absolutely beautiful job. Yeah, barely any dust or anything falling out of there. That is super clean, and this ground wire is a vintage fabric stuff. There you can see it again, absolutely clean, but let's take a look under that pick guard. Right, what's going to happen now? Andy's going to get upset because it won't come out. Oh dear. Does that help? Yes. All right, come on, baby. Yeah. All right, so that switch is actually mounted to the guitar body. Huge capacitor. In fact, let me go and get my DJI. So we've got a massive orange drop capacitor on there, which is a 250K CTS pot. The switch for the direct is actually mounted into the guitar body. Then on the back, the pickups are not really telling us much, and they are a bit microphonic, but I think they sound great. This switch is not the best switch I've ever used, but it does its job, and it's sort of a vintagey looking switch. Again, more Jazzmastery low profile. Lovely wiring, cloth covered. No, that's cloth covered. That's just your standard plastic. So, oh, and that's the push-pull pot. And let's see if this is actually conductive paint and not just black out for the look. It is. It's not that. I mean, it's pretty much normal conductive paint. It doesn't conduct all the way, but it does. It's better than not having it. Okay, lovely job. Now the bit that I don't like doing, which is putting it all back together. That's not the fun part, is it? That has to go like that. I don't want to squish too many strings around. So, back together, and oh, there's still actually some protective film on this pick guard. I'm going to leave it on there for now, otherwise I'm going to be picking at that for the rest of your time. This is coming in at 1,400 and something euros. It is a fantastically built guitar. It is direct from Vola. They don't go through any distributors or any retailers anymore. If you want this guitar, you have to buy it from them direct. There are links in the video description and first comment. And also, you're going to discount, by the way. There's a code. I'll put that code in the video description as well. I'm not sure of the discount, and that can sometimes change, but you do get money off. And to sum up this guitar, you're actually in sort of Fender American Ultra territory. So another 1,000 on top of this will get you Fender on the headstock, but it won't get you these quirky little ways of switching things around. It is a phenomenal guitar that if it had a different name on the headstock would cost you a lot more money. Sound-wise, cleans, beautiful. Delicate sounds, beautiful. Distortion, great and clear. Heavy rock or classic rock, I didn't get something that I was happy with, but I will persevere and you will hear it and see it in other videos. So maybe I'll get that. So subscribe if you want to get those things, or don't, just come back when you see my videos. Yeah, that's it really. I love a P90. This one's got two. This satisfies me dearly, and I think it is absolutely stunning as well. Smaller than a Jazzmaster, a little bit, it's almost the same size as a Mustang, but it has a Jazzmaster, or rather a Fender 25.5-inch scale length. It is one of those guitars that will turn heads, and this roasted maple neck is absolutely divine. And not all roasted maple necks are created equally. This is a phenomenal one. And I cannot compare it with sort of sub 500 guitars that have roasted maple necks. I'm comparing it with the top-end Fenders and the Ibanez's. It's very AZ. Okay, thank you for checking out this beautiful guitar with me. I hope you had fun. And thanks, of course, to Vola for sending this out for review. Get the links in the video description to find out the pricing in your area with discount. And let me know what you think in the comments. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye!